Thanks a lot for having me here. My name is Gunnar Garfors. I'm a Director of Development at NRK, the Norwegian Broadcasting Corporation. We're a public service broadcaster, license funded, a little bit like the BBC, slightly smaller, of course, but still. I'm going to run through mainly mobile television stuff. We're quite lucky in Norway. I passed this kid on my way from work. He's like 2.5 years old. He's using his mobile telephone. We have a penetration rate of 103%, so we're quite lucky. It's easy to work with mobile services in Norway. This is a photograph of a small town in the middle of nowhere. It's called Mo I Rana. Not everybody would agree with my description of it, of course. This is where we, NRK, have our center for feedback from our users. If there is a really poor television program, if they don't know how to use something, they give a call to Mo I Rana. So I think 90 or 95% of everything coming up there are complaints. So it's not a very nice place to work, I suppose. But the reason I'm showing this is that one of our goals is to have as few calls as possible, few complaints as possible when we make new services. The more calls, you know, the poorer service, the fewer users we're going to be seeing. So it's really important for us to be user-friendly, to make user-friendly services. User-friendly, I don't know. This is possibly a little bit more user-friendly. Most of you may be able to read it. This is a park. This is a park in Norway, in Oslo. Is this a user-friendly park? I don't know. People in Norway, users of this park, don't think so, because this photograph is pretty much manipulated through Photoshop. This is not how it looks. The park looks like this. It's apparently not very user-friendly. The users, the walkers, they've taken control. You know, if they decide they save 4.5 seconds if they walk across the path. Their feet might be a little bit dirty, but still, you know, they want to walk the fastest way. So if we look at this, if we compare this to services we have, if our services are poor, people, and we have them, they might be paved and everything, really nice stones and everything. But if there is an easy service out there, like there, Pirate Bay, for instance, people are going to use that. This is something we have to think a lot about. We have to take this into consideration when making new services. So user-friendliness is a key criteria for us when we make new services, etc. This is a phone that was introduced in the UK a few years ago. It's called the Lobster. It's not a very nice phone. It's big and so on and so forth, but it's very user-friendly in the sense that it's got an own TV button there. You can't really go wrong with that. You press the TV button and you get TV. It takes 1 second or 2 seconds at the most. This was done via a distribution network called DAB-IPDC, the Digital Audio Broadcasting Network. So it's a broadcasting technology, but again, very, very user-friendly. Another thing we are also taking into consideration is to be best at providing our own content. The only way to control your content is to be the best provider of it. If we are the best provider of our content, there is no need to go to Pirate Bay or some similar sites. This, of course, also applies for mobile and mobile TV. I'll show you a short made-for-mobile TV series. It's only 15 seconds long. This is about a nerdy blogger from a small town very close to Mo I Rana, which I showed you earlier. It's a famous comedian, made for mobile. I'll show you a few seconds.
Frequently asked questions om Ruben Manns videoblogg. Kan jeg skrive særoppgave om Ruben Manns videoblogg? Svar? Ja, det kan du så absolutt. Men snakk med faglærer først, for Guds skyld. Landets viktigste videoblogg på mobil.
We have done mobile television since 2003 via GPRS and later 3G networks. So we've done it for a while. This is one out of 3 success stories when it comes to mobile TV. it was made for mobile. It's quite funny, famous comedian and so on. But still, the thing that made it really successful was the fact that we made deals with the two biggest telecom operators in Norway, and we offered this for free. It didn't cost anything, and that was the key to success in this case. This is one of the photos we were using for the press. And this was used a lot in the media and different newspapers, on TV, all over the internet and so on. We set up a Facebook group for Ruben Man, and suddenly loads of people started taking photos. So we decided to say, well, let's sell this green cup on eBay. We made $81. Again, of course, we weren't looking for the money. It was a great marketing tool. Use the sites that are out there. Well, we figured out there you can only have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and he had three profiles there in order to accommodate all of them. Topped iTunes for several weeks running, and this is a mobile portal. We had an increase in traffic of 20 times. So it went through the roof, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. What's going on here? The two other success stories when it comes to mobile TV are related to the Olympic Games. The first one in Torino a couple of years, 2.5 years ago. The last one in Beijing recently. And again, the reason for the success, well, it was good content. Of course, the Olympics, great. You know, you have some Norwegians that might win a medal and so on. Very few of them do, but that's another matter. But in Torino, Telenor, the biggest telecom operator, they offered mobile TV for free to all their users. In Beijing, Netcom, the second biggest operator, did the same thing. So what's common here when we're talking about mobile TV successes? Well, it's for free. So how do we make money? I'll get back to that a little bit later. One of our competitors within new media, Dagbladet, it's a second biggest newspaper in Norway. This is from their newspaper in paper, and they have done this quite clever. It's about some fire. If you want to see a video of the fire, send a shortcode video 1837 to a short number, and you get mobile TV back. So they're combining two different media in a very nice manner. So I'm quite impressed by that. Don't usually like to brag too much about our competitors, but that's pretty clever. And of course, we can do the same when it comes to radio. Personalized mobile TV advertising, that was something we trialed over 9 months with Ericsson, BBDO, and some others. We offered 3 different TV channels and 4 different radio channels, 7 channels altogether. That's a downloadable Java client, so you can pretty easily switch in between the channels. You also got news feeds, interactivity, and of course personalized advertisements. So 2 persons are watching the same stuff here. User A, male, lives in Oslo, interested in cars. User B, lives in the northern part of Norway. It's a female and she likes travel. So they're watching the same show on TV, the same live show, they get different advertisements. So, you know, we're not funded through advertisements, but we're allowed to do that on new media. So we tried it. So the results here, the average viewing time went from almost 3 minutes to 7 minutes, 6:51. Click-through rate, and this lasted all throughout the 9 months, 13%, which is 100 times more than on the internet in Norway. So we said, well, this can't be true in the beginning. This is because people want to try a new service. So we even stopped the possibility for people to download their application, or our application here, because we wanted to see if this lasted. So we stopped the the application downloads for 2 weeks, and then we restarted the possibility. But throughout the 9 months, this lasted. So wow, this made a lot of fuss in Norway. Radio average listening time of 7 to 10 minutes, a little bit longer in other words. And quite a few of the people here, users, were really chuffed. They really liked this. 70% were answered within the client that they were very positive to watch mobile TV in this way. Do you like mobile TV ads, we asked them, and 50% said, yes, we do. And we said, come on, you're not supposed to like mobile TV ads. Why do you answer that? Through focus group interviews. And I said, well, we expect mobile TV ads. Well, we expect ads when we're watching mobile TV. So, and now they're even relevant. You know, I get car commercials, car advertisements. I don't get them boring diaper stuff that I'm not interested in anyway. So they were quite positive, actually. So what's happening now then? Well, TV is not going downhill, as Bill Gates and several other people are telling us. This is television viewing in Norway since 1992, I think. Viewing minutes per year, and it's going uphill still. We had a slight decline here a couple of years ago, which fueled a lot of speculation that that TV is dead. This is television, traditional television. So live TV, it's still a winner. So what are we doing then? We went together, NRK, we went together with two competitors, MTG, Modern Times Group, and TV2 of Norway. 3 broadcasters, and we said, all right, let's give television, mobile TV, to the people of Norway. So we created a company, Norwegian Mobile TV Corporation, NMTV. So we're going to launch mobile TV, live mobile TV, 9 different channels. We're going to cover 30% of 30% of Norway, which is Greater Oslo, 1.4 million people. 5 transmitters we're going to put up, 9 live channels, and lots of interactivity, on-demand stuff, traffic services, and so on. And that's how we're going to make money. We think, and as we've seen, mobile TV, it needs to be free. The basis needs to be free. So out of the 9 channels, I think 5 of them are going to be free, and we're going to have probably 4. Haven't quite decided that yet. 4 of them premium or pay channels. So why are we doing this? Well, we want to take control as broadcasters. We don't want a telecom operator to be a gatekeeper here, to take control, to build their own brand. We want to keep our own brands. NRK, TV2, MTG. We have our own brands. We don't want people to associate mobile TV with Telenor or Netcom. There are already terminals, DMB terminals in the market. DMB is not DAB technology. There are some terminals in the market, and we're working to get more of them out there. And some of the operators are seeing this as, this is great. This is really good. We're going to make money on, as I said, interactivity, ads, interactive ads, on-demand content, and so on. So DMB. So why did we choose that? We're looking at mobile TV. We're not looking at mobile telephone TV or mobile phone TV. We as broadcasters, we want this to be open and free, at least some channels. But we also want the possibility. If you have a return channel, if you have 3G, if you have wireless LAN, you can do use other services, which will again generate revenue, or so we think. So DMB, why did we choose that? Well, if we look at the cost here, first of all, it's a lot cheaper in a complicated country like Norway. We have a few more mountains and glaciers and fjords than you have here. So if we look at DMB, 90% coverage, we need 200 to 300 transmitters. If you're going to go with a DVB-H, which is the main competitor, 25 to 30% coverage, and you're looking at 3,000 to 11,000 transmitters. It's a huge difference. And those figures are from Sweden, from a report that was given to the government last year. Similar figures from France, they're also going for DMB, although only radio for now, or audio. 95% coverage, 2 million euros per channel. DVB-H, 25% coverage, 8 million per channel. So it's a big difference there. Again, DVB-H success stories. Well, we saw one now, 10,000 views. Well, we still haven't seen any real success stories, we think, anywhere, not even Italy. In Norway, we don't have any DVB-H frequencies, so there's not an option. There are a few, but they're being owned by Norwegian TV, a company that's building the DVB-T network. So they're not letting them go to telecom operators. DVB-T is built in Norway for coverage with an aerial antenna on top of your roof. So if you're going to walk around with a mobile phone or a device, you're not going to receive it unless if you're seated at your rooftop. or you need really big antennas. So it's not really the way to go. It's also, DVH is also in a lot higher frequency, which gives a poorer coverage, especially indoor. And as we see it, we're looking at DMB as a broadcasting technology made for broadcasters. DVH is made for telecom operators. And we still think we're going to make money, but we have to offer some services for free. Vivian Redding, as you know, she wanted to mandate DVH in Europe. Tried to, and Nokia also wanted to do that. The European Council said, no, you can't do that. The market is going to have to decide this. You can't force it onto people. As I said, we couldn't even do it in Norway if we wanted to. So the EU, the Council of Europe, the EU Commission, the EU Council, wrote in this report, say, well, we see the possibility, and we're acknowledging the importance of innovation, technology neutrality, and a market-led approach for the successful long-term deployment of mobile TV broadcasting services. And we want to take steps to ensure the interoperability of services and improve freedom of choice for users. As we see, the market of TV, that's made up by broadcasters, content owners, production companies, and of course the users, and not only telecom operators, which is why we have gone down this path. Well, that was it. Thanks a lot.
All right, any questions? Gunnar.
Martijn Panavis. So people have to buy a new device to watch this, right?
Well, they're also coming onto the market a hands-free set that you plug into your mobile phone, and in the microphone, little box where you have the microphone, there's a DMB receiver or a DVH receiver for that sake. So you can plug it into an existing Nokia or a Sony Ericsson device, or you do it via Bluetooth. But of course, there are also a lot of devices that you can buy that will support DMB.
I have a question as well. Can you share some usage figures? How many people use mobile TV now in Norway?
Well, I probably didn't say that. DMB, we're launching that in the winter, but for via 3G, we're looking at everything from 500 to 10,000 users a day. So it varies a lot. Over the Olympics, we had a lot of users. We're up at the most, I think, 50, almost 20,000 users at one of the best, most watched events.
Hi, my name is Ewart Wolf. You showed that you had video on the mobile with advertising with very good results. Can you say something about advertising on mobile radio?
Well, of course, we have a screen here suddenly. So we're looking at both traditional advertisements where you build your brand as in any other way, but you also have a return channel. So you can do interactive ads and do use it in a much more clever way. As I said, we're a public service broadcaster, so we're not looking into that. MTG and TV2, they are commercial broadcasters, so they are very much interested in that. So that's something this company and MTV will look into. We've started that company in order to find out what's the best way to do mobile TV. How can we make money? How can we reach as many viewers as possible, etc. And advertisements also on radio is a part of that. We have 17 radio channels in Norway using DAB, which means you will also get them via DMB.
Hi, Senakove. I was just wondering, how interactive is it? I mean, how much information can you code in there? Are we just talking about URLs, or are we talking about, say, being able to add masks to adverts so you know what products are actually on screen at time and then interact that far?
Well, what we did, we had links to web pages, so you could go on to there. Some people used that as a brand, brand building. Other people gave away ringtones. You could watch a mobile TV video, or you could send in messages, or you could. We had a P-show as one of the advertisers there. You could sign up for a test drive of a P-show car. So it's all up to the advertisers, really. As long as you have the return channel, you can do pretty much anything you like. And we also, as I showed, we know a lot about the users, and we will also know the phone numbers and then we can look up the names and so on and so forth.
Can you tell us a little bit about your content strategies for DMB?
For DMB, well, we're launching 9 TV channels, 3 from each company. But of course, our existing mobile TV content via 3G is very, very important here. Well, the world is changing. People want more on demand, but they also want live.
You'll broadcast them one-on-one, just like you're doing it on normal television, or are there special mobile channels as well?
Sorry, we're going to do both. So out of the 9 channels, we're probably going to have 6, 7, or 8 that are already out there, and we're going to test with 1 to 3 channels. So we're looking at, especially for youngsters, we have something called P3 TV, which is made for teenagers. We think that's going to work, and we have looped news channels and looped sports channels that are very popular on the internet. As I said, it's all about learning. So how is this going to work? What do people want to watch?
Any other questions?
Hi, my name is Edwin Clement. A question for you about how do you collect your data with respect to what ad to send to which customer, and where do you store it? Do you work together with the mobile operator, or is it just primarily something you collect yourself?
In this trial I showed you, we worked with BBDO. When you download the application, we asked the people, the users, some questions. What are your interests? What's your age, male, female, and so on. And we can also use the phone number to look up quite a lot of demographic information there. And we can communicate as we can get hold of their phone number. But of course, we work pretty close with telecom operators, even though I was slagging them off a little bit here. But we have good relationships with both Telenor and Netcom. And I think that's a key here. You have to work together with different players, both telecom operators, advertising companies, broadcasters, etc., technology companies.
A final question.
Can I have the final question? A few years ago, you or one of your colleagues presented at the Cosmedia Cafe, and then you introduced that you had chats. So people chatting with each other while looking at the idle screen via mobile radio. Were there any developments in that area, or any results, any learnings?
Well, we have still lots of chatting services. You're referring to another mobile client, or on the television screen?
It was just the normal mobile screen. I think it was 2ProRes even at that time. Yeah. But you had mobile radio offering to your younger users to attract new users into your brand, and so because the screen was idle anyhow, because people were listening to mobile radio, then you introduced all sorts of interactive services, and I was really impressed by that. But
yeah, we're still looking into that, and that's parts of the services we will be offering. We're looking at different communities, and we see this as it's a great way. You're listening to the radio, you can do something else, whether that's advertisements or it's chatting, whatever. And also communities, we're looking to build that onto on top of radio, in association with radio shows and radio programs. Yes.
All right, Gunnar, then I want to thank you. Thank you very much.